while a mom was killed just 3 days before her son's 8th birthday. Y'all know I got all the details. Listen to this shit here. So this is 26-year-old Tashay Bennett. Now, I know Tashay Bennett personally. I went to high school with her. We've kind of stayed in contact a little bit throughout the years. I see her around all the time. Like, I'm in her close friends. But Tashay was working as an escort at the time in Pensacola, Florida, because she does travel. She moves around a lot. So she was in Pensacola at the time, and she was working on this website called List Crawlers. And she met this guy on there. He's 20 years old. His name is Willie Ellington. Willie killed Tashay, y'all. And I'm finna tell y'all why. Now, this is Willie Ellington right here. He's 20 years old, okay? Just graduated high school, whole life ahead of him. Willie had a sickness where he wanted to kill someone, preferably somebody who he felt like wasn't loved, wasn't gonna be missed, wasn't gonna be anything. So Willie decided to get on the app List Crawlers and find an escort that he can meet up with who he wanted to kill. Well, Willie has been caught now. So the reason that we know that this was a premeditated plan is because 2 days before Tashay went missing, Willie was Googling how many prostitutes' murders go unsolved. Does someone scream when being strangled? What does a dead body look like after 2 days? What does a dead body look like? Willie, it was like taking over him that he really wanted to unalive somebody. And it's unfortunate that Tashay had no idea what was coming to her. Y'all, let me tell you what he did to her. This sick bastard brought a PlayStation cord with him. He met up with her, brought the cord with him anyways. He met up with her. He's there in the hotel room. He's like, I'm finna send you the money on Cash App. What's the Cash App to send it to? Tashay does have a pimp, and we're gonna get into the pimp next. I want y'all to stay tuned because this is a crazy ass story. Tashay does have a pimp, so she calls her pimp and his other girlfriend like, hey, some money's finna be sent to the Cash App. Check that. They already know what that means. That means she's with a client. You know, stay tuned. Well, mind you, Tashay is in Pensacola, Florida, and the pimp and the ex-girl and the other girlfriend are way in Tampa, Florida, 7 hours away. So y'all can already see how this is going bad already. Because what? Anyways, after she gets off the phone with them at 4:13, pay attention to the details because they're important. Tashay calls her pimp and his other girlfriend at 4:13 and say, hey, I'm finna send some Cash Apps to you, okay? At 4:41, Tashay's location went off. You know, we share locations with our friends. Tashay shared location with her cousin, her friends, the pimp, the girlfriend. Everybody had a location. The location went off at 4:41, about almost 30 minutes after she made that call. Remember this. The hotel owners say at 5 p.m. on the dot, they were walking by to do their checks and Tashay's hotel room was wide the fuck open. So they just closed the door thinking, you know, she left and didn't realize that she didn't close the door. But they did notice that she was in a 2-bedroom hotel room and the sheets and the covers were missing off of one of the damn beds. The door is wide open and all the covers and the sheets off one of the beds are missing. They still closed the door. They didn't say anything. They were going to deal with it the following day. However, as I said, Tashay's location went off at 4:41. So the girlfriend and her cousins are already like, whoa, Tashay does not cut her location off. She will not, especially when she's working. Like, she's not going to cut that location off ever at all. Because, like, you know, that's her safety. Like, for people to know if something's wrong or not. And so they're blowing her phone up. It's going straight to voicemail. They're calling the hotel like, can y'all go like check in the room and see? They didn't even know what room she was in. They didn't even know the room number. So they're just saying her name. Like, can y'all go check to see? They like, we can't go in there. They called the police like, hey, they made up a lie. Like, she has seizures. Like, can someone go in there? Her location cuts off. She's not responding. This is not like her. Mind you, they're all hours away from her. So all they can do is call right now. Like, they feel like something's wrong. Because like I said, she does not cut her location off. The police are like, ma'am, we cannot go in her hotel room. It's against the law. We have to wait until the next day when it's time to check out, and then we can check. And she's like, even if we're telling you she's having an emergency, they're like, we're looking in the window, we see what we can see. We don't see anyone in here. They're like, she could be on the floor passed out. She could be in the tub. You don't know. They know what she was doing. So in their mind, they're like, she could be hurt in there. And we could save her within enough time. The police still did not go into the hotel room, y'all. So anyways, well, by the next morning, the police were taking it a little more serious because Tashay's car was still outside. There was still no word of Tashay. Her car was still outside with all her clothes in it. Mind you, now the manager of the hotel has came back and now everybody's conversing with each other. The hotel room was open. The sheets are missing. Her phones she had 2 phones. Someone turned her phones off and placed them in the tub. Not in water, just in the tub. So the police are like, this is weird. Like, she wouldn't leave her phone. She wouldn't leave her car. She wouldn't leave her clothes. She wouldn't. She don't even bring her damn clothes out the car and put them in the rooms because, it's an ongoing thing. She might, she likes living out the car basically when she's working. And so, because she changes outfits a lot, of course. And so, first day, they're like, she's missing. Now the police start doing their investigation, and slowly but surely, they start to figure out that this may be a homicide or an abduction with Tashay because she's nowhere to be found. They did find they were able to get in her phone, and they saw the last person that she met, which is this cow right here, Willie Ellington. Child, let's get into Willie. Now, come to find out, Willie drove Tashay's body from Pensacola, Florida to Alabama. He killed her in a hotel room. He wrapped her up in the covers. He strangled her with the cord, first off. He wrapped her up in the covers, and he took her and drove her to Alabama, where he's from. He drove her to, I believe, Auburn, Alabama. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm not from there. But he drove her to Alabama. It was a couple hours away, and he threw her in a fucking ditch of an abandoned neighborhood. He threw her in a ditch, like a little pond-like ditch. The police figured out this case in 4 or 5 days. He was caught trying to flee the scene. They had got 10 warrants on him. They were literally in his phone. He had no idea. The feds are in his phone. This is going to be a federal case as well because he took her past state lines. So it's going to be a federal case as well. So they had already had 10 warrants on all his phones, the home he stayed in. He had no idea. They was on his ass. He was at the train station trying to leave, and he got arrested at the train station. And they had already found where her body was, everything. And so this is a very unfortunate situation. Unfortunately, we have not figured out, if he had done this to someone else before, if this was the first time, because that was pretty bold. This is a black man who killed a black woman just for the hell of it. He wanted to see what her body looks like dead. And what makes me think is I wonder if he sexually assaulted her when she was unalived. Like, what did he do? They have done an autopsy on her body, of course, to get the exact details of how long it took, what happened to her, but that has not come out yet. They just did it Friday. Today's just Monday. So I will update you guys. But again, we want to keep Tashay's name alive. As of now, guys, Tashay's family is asking for help with the burial. Oh, before I go, let's get into the goddamn pimp. The damn pimp and the other girlfriend said they are not helping with Tashay's funeral unless her mother signs her body over to them. Why the hell would her mama sign her body over to y'all when the man who was supposed to be protecting her, who was her pimp, who was taking her money, did not protect her? That girl lost her life, still trying to send him money. And this is the other girlfriend right here. Her name is Rosie. His name is Bama. That girl lost her life. And the last call she made, the last call anybody heard, was her still trying to send her money to these two. And you telling me that she dies the way she died, and the person who she was giving all her money to, this is what they have to say? They must be crazy. Tell them to sign the body over to him and he'll take care of everything. And they won't be attending. Her mama won't even be able to come to the funeral. If y'all want to help, well, y'all know I'm on their ass, as I said. So I have forced them to donate because I made this post on my brand and it went viral and they were pissed the fuck off. So yes, for them to take it down. To tell them that they would have to donate. If not, I'm telling the truth. So far, they've donated $4,000 to her GoFundMe, and my brand has helped it raise about $2,500 plus. So I've brought in about $6,500 for her funeral.